And the other thing that really struck me was, I just found it really funny that it was Shanmugam who was making this announcement.
You don't feel like party?
When I see Shanmugam, that's the last person I want to see when I'm going to go plan my party night at Clarke.
He said, and I quote, "We want the pilot to succeed. We want the place to be vibrant. We want, in fact, as much relaxation as possible." You tell me, in what world do you associate the word relaxation with Shanmugam? I mean, sometimes people do ask when I order a pork dish, they're like, "Oh, but this one has pork. Is that okay?" I actually think is okay, but if they say, "this one you like curry, right? You like curry, and you buy this," I'm like, "Fuck you, lah."
Curry, this menu for you. You like that? So we've been hyping up the kick-ass event eCommerce Expo DMEXCO Asia for the past few weeks. And if you've been meaning to sign up, this is your nudge to get off your ass and just sign up. Because it's the most important show in Asia for all things digital marketing and e-commerce. And it's also part of Tech Week Singapore, which just won Best International Show in Asia Pacific and Large Trade Show of the Year. It's all happening on 8th and 9th October at MBS, and it's free to attend for all tech professionals. Just check out the link in the show notes for your pass. But if you need even more convincing, it's not going to be small talk and fluff. Aside from meeting marketers, founders, and digital leads doing cool stuff, you also hear from leaders at Puma, Rakuten, Ninja Van, Google Pixel, and even Triumph Group about all the trailblazing stuff they're doing online. We've attended the event before and it was great. But this year is shaping up to be even better because for the first time ever, they're partnering with DMEXCO, Europe's leading digital marketing event, while launching in Asia. So remember, it's happening October 8th and 9th at Marina Bay Sands on its own premium floor. It's so convenient to get to as well, so hit the link in the show notes and grab your pass while you still can. And now, onto the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yala, your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the hottest news with a touch of what, Terrence?
Good old humor.
Good old humor, man.
Yeah.
How's the week, man?
It's the eve of National Day.
It is 8th August, the eve. How you woke up saying the pledge?
Not really. I just barely put up my flag in my place. So getting ready. Tomorrow's the big day, right?
The big day.
Yeah. You'll be very energized.
I'll be at my 150% Harish.
Yeah, that must be
bleeding
fun.
Red and white.
That must be fun.
Bleeding red and white.
You'll be at the Bayfront, that event, right? Hosting?
Yeah, I'll be at the Bayfront event space, co-hosting the Safra NDP celebration.
Does it get boring watching the fireworks so many times?
No.
Every time still something.
Yeah, in fact, I genuinely think this year's parade, I think maybe because the songs are damn good, and I don't know, I've never been a fan of techie performances like doing the Mozzie wipeout during NDP or like the people dressing up as food and dancing. But this year,
why is that techie?
It's techie lah.
Why is it techie?
Because
what are you wearing for your event?
It's just a white shirt and black pants.
Why so boring?
Hey, white, okay?
Can you have more color?
White is the unifier. When all the 7 colors come together, what do you get? White.
Yeah.
But I mean, techie lah, the food dancing and all that. I'm like, does that make me proud of Singapore? No, but this year the songs, I don't know whether it's just because I'm at the event, watching it, got the feels, the planes flying over. Some of the songs pretty cool.
I mean, the NDP songs in more recent years, I feel like they kind of like really pay homage to the earlier songs or an earlier era.
Yeah.
So they actually appeal to people who grew up, in the 90s and 80s, 90s a lot as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that.
I mean, there's like a rock version of a song from 2 years ago. There's a Muneru Valiba mashup with Tamil rap and Chinese rap.
But you don't understand anything.
I don't understand, but it's good.
See, I'm real Singapore. At least I understand one.
Just the vibes, the vibes. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
The songs are nice. And then, I never get tired of the fireworks. Then I will stop by the night bazaar.
Yes. You have a responsibility to actually go and check it out.
Yeah.
And you feedback and tell me like what you feel about the experience.
Only thing is my reporting time is at 3 and the event ends at 10. So that's the whole time of the night bazaar, right?
You still got 10 to... Oh, yeah, it's closed by... Yeah. No, I'm sure it'll be open later that day because...
I hope so.
I mean, it's pretty much the last day.
Yeah, I will go there. I will be there at 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, so exciting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Tomorrow, today, going to sleep with wrapped in a flag.
Yeah, correct. And I mean, the cool thing is, it seems like a lot of people who don't want to deal with crowds and, Bayfront and all that, a lot of home parties and all that going on.
Yeah.
This weekend, I have a lot of. I have been invited by proxy to a lot of parties lah. My son got invited to
You're the
parties.
entourage lah. You're the entourage.
I'm like his plus one.
The bouncer.
Yeah. So I'll just go and hang out also lah.
So I mean, it'll be exciting lah. Exciting. And then on the 10th of August, there's the mobile column. Right, and I mean we're not sponsored to say any of this lah. It's just the mobile column is a cool thing lah.
Yeah, we're not sponsored lah, but you've basically sold out already lah, right? You sold out and everything.
Yeah lah. What to do is the next year NDP host lah. That's
NDP host.
This is the warm up. This is the warm up, and then I can compete with Rishi lah.
Rishi
top Cindy in Singapore.
You are standing on the shoulders of giants like Rishi lah, basically.
Who really is a giant compared to me. But also we're doing something special for our own podcast. In some way not so much NDP, but just so happens that this year the NDP coincides with our 700th episode.
Yeah.
So today is 699.
Yeah.
Monday is going to be our 700th episode.
Yeah.
That means there's at least 700 hours of us talking online. And yeah, we're going to commemorate it. How, Terence?
By doing something we've never done before.
Yeah.
We're going to live stream the episode 700 as we record it. Right?
Yeah. And the difference is we will still be talking about two topics like we always do, but we will be responding to your comments real time on YouTube. And it will happen at 6 p.m. on Monday, 11th August.
On our YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Yeah.
Right.
And the best thing you can do now is click on the link in the show notes and click on notifications for that particular video. I think you'll see something premiering at 6 p.m. whatnot. But yeah, it's our first ever live stream.
But what's going to be different about a live stream episode versus a normal episode?
I mean, people can scold us in real time.
Correct, yeah. We'll be reacting right, to people's comments in real time.
Correct.
And you'll really see for real that Yalla Butt is not edited.
Yeah, correct.
Unless they're technical screw-ups, then maybe you'll see something. Right?
Yeah. But it'll be fun because, I mean, we're still going to stick to the same format. We're going to talk about the two hottest news topics that come up that day and the past few days. But if you have any comments, we will be having our screen right in front of us.
Yeah.
That's right. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Cool.
At 6 p.m.
Yeah. Can't wait, man. Yeah.
Cool.
But yes, we have a couple of big topics also. Very, very, very much in time for this party season, NDP and all as well, right?
Yep.
And what is this first?
It is.
Hey, wait. Before that, we also ask people to like, share, follow, subscribe to our channel, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you don't miss out. And what else?
And if you want to work with us, you can email us at contact@ministryoffunny.com or drop us a message at ministryoffunny.com. Cool, yes. Back to the topic.
Yes.
So basically during a doorstop interview, and I mean there was a joint press release also on August 7th, so Thursday, it was announced that the window, let me see here, the liquor licenses for F&B nightlife venues will be extended to 4 a.m. in Boat Quay and Clarke for 2 days a week in a year-long trial, alongside some other initiatives that are meant to boost nightlife and to bring back the vibrancy of those areas in Singapore.
Yeah.
Another one is also there will be a chance for businesses to submit proposals for new bars, pubs and nightclubs along Boat Quay Waterfront, Circular Road, Lorong Telok and Canton Street, ending a 16-year moratorium on new nightlife venues in that district. And thirdly, Circular Road will also resume being a car-free zone for events and pedestrian-friendly activities on weekend evenings and the eve of public holidays. Shanmugam himself gave a doorstop interview at Boat Quay alongside Danny Lung, who is the head of the Singapore Nightlife Business Association.
Yeah.
Yes. Singapore, what was it? SNBA, Singapore Nightlife Business Association. Cool. So, Terence, does it make you want to go out and bring the house down?
I mean, when I saw this and read the article, I was kind of a little bit confused. Because I was really thinking that aren't there already bars and clubs that can, serve drinks until 4 a.m.? So what is the actual change, right? So what I understand is that from August 18th, which is next Friday, right? Is it next Friday? No, next Monday, following Monday, right? The establishments are able to serve alcohol until 4 a.m. on Thursday and Friday nights. This is on top of the fact that now on Saturdays and eves of public holidays, they already can serve until 4 a.m. That means typically they were only allowed to serve until 3 a.m. So now basically they add Thursday and Friday, you get to serve until 4 a.m. just like Saturday and Sunday. No, Sunday cannot. Sunday 3 a.m. also. So it's just basically adding an hour, right?
For 2 days.
To 2 days of 2 weekdays, essentially. Okay, Friday is important. Friday is a weekend. But Thursday, if anything more significant is that Thursday, like a weekday, you're allowed to serve alcohol until 4 a.m. To me, so then just clarifying that, it made me kind of think like, does this really move the needle, right? For this announcement. And the other thing that really struck me was, you look at the announcement. I just found it really funny that it was Shanmugam who was making this announcement.
You don't feel like party?
When I see Shanmugam, that's the last person I want to see when I'm going to go plan my party night at Clarke. I thought it'd be like, wow, David Neo, MCCY, or somebody. Even Alvin Tan, okay, right? Alvin Tan is young guy and everything. But Shanmugam telling me, go on, party.
Go hard, bro. Go hard. In fact, he said, and I quote, "We want the pilot to succeed. We want the place to be vibrant. We want, in fact, as much relaxation as possible." You tell me, in what world do you associate the word relaxation with Shanmugam?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's why I was like,
it was damn funny. It's like the discipline master telling you, okay, we give you 1 more hour to play, okay?
Yeah. Leaves you a bit flaccid after watching that. But yeah, so how do you feel when you saw this announcement?
Okay, so admittedly, when I saw this, I was like, hey, we've been talking so much about F&B. This is damn awesome, lah. And when you suggested this as a topic, I was like, why? What's so debatable about this? It is. It's such a good...
so you hook, line, sinker, you were like...
Hook, line, sinker. I was like...
Government can't do wrong. So good.
That's why.
Yes, SDP,
I love
NDP,
Singapore.
NDP. You want to say the pledge, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Terence, why are you just trying to pick fault with like all these kind of things? But then, as I read the article, first of all, I also damn confused.
Yeah.
Because literally on the Straits Times article, what they say is restaurant, bars, pubs, and nightclubs in the Boat Quay and Clarke areas will be able to apply for extension of liquor licenses till 4 a.m. on Thursdays and Fridays come 18th August. On CNA, what they say is liquor licenses in Boat Quay and Upper Circular and Clarke areas can apply to the police to extend their trading hours to 4 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, correct.
One said 4 a.m. on Thursdays and Fridays. One said 4 a.m. to Fridays and Saturdays. So that's damn confusing. But then if you look at a joint release, at least they had the decency to say that will be allowed to extend their trading hours to 4 a.m. on the following day, on Thursday and Friday nights.
Yeah.
So essentially, it is on Thursday night, means it can go up to 4 a.m. on Friday, and Friday night, which means it can go up to 4 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, correct.
So CNA and Straits Times are both in some way correct, but it's damn confusing.
Yeah.
Then the second thing is, when I realized also that currently, like what you said, it's just adding 2 additional hours.
Correct, yeah.
Then I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And then also, I found this online. There is a process to apparently apply for extensions already. Like even on the police website, the gobusiness.gov, you can apply. You can apply for regular extensions, which means for a regular basis, such as every Saturday and Sunday for a minimum period of 2 months, you can apply for an extension, and there's like an hourly charge.
Yeah.
Or an ad hoc extension for a specific date. So at first, the license is also a bit confusing. On the police.gov.sg website, there are class 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B licenses.
Yeah.
But basically, there's nothing that goes up to 3 a.m. But then when you look at the websites like Singapore Legal Advice, the public entertainment license, you have type A up to 1 a.m. every Monday, blah, blah. Type B up to 3 a.m. and type C up to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is very confusing, but it feels like, wait, is there already a process in place for clubs to potentially open to 4 a.m.? So then what the hell is this doing? Is it just making it easier for clubs to apply, which is not guaranteed?
Yeah.
And then the opening of Circular Road or closing of Circular Road to be more pedestrian friendly. It's a nice initiative. I didn't know there was a 16-year moratorium for new nightlife establishments.
Yeah, I think that's actually more, to me, it's more significant.
Yeah.
Because now, I did not know, or at least it wasn't conscious in my mind that for the last 16 years, they were not giving out any more, nightlife establishment licenses already.
Yeah.
So basically, you could not add more to that locale. You can only just continue with what you have,
Yeah.
which is quite limiting, I would find.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like when you suggested this, you had already like dug deep into the weeds.
No, I mean, we've been talking about the death of nightlife in F&B on this podcast for a while.
Yeah.
If anything, okay, I mean, don't be too cynical about it. At least it is a step in the right direction, albeit a very, very small step, right?
Yeah.
It kind of goes against the trend in the last decade and a half of like clamping down on nightlife. Because, I mean, you think about it, like, you think about in the 2000s and all, Singapore nightlife actually was really fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this with the rose-colored tinted lenses. In fact, I spent quite a number of years in my 2000s out of Singapore, working in like New York.
And others in the army.
Yeah, in the army. And having, experienced nightlife in both countries back then, right? Singapore and US and New York. I did find that the Singapore scene was more vibrant than in New York. In ways that not so much to do with the variety of things that you could do, but like the fact that a night out in Singapore really was like a night out. You could go out and pre-game with friends. Then after that, you could go to a lot of bars, and there was no stupid quota of like how many guys, how many girls. Whereas when I was in New York City, like going out, you really had to plan. You really had to think about who is going with you, because there were all these, entering a club, they'd be like, oh, we only admit the groups that have like 50-50 guys and girls.
Oh, really?
Like yeah, so I would literally be calling friends on Friday night, hey, can you come and join us? I'm going out with some friends. Can you come and join us?
Because yours is just a sausage fest.
Yeah, guy-girl ratio better, everything. So it made me feel really pathetic doing that. But that was just what it was in New York City. But in Singapore, no such thing. As long as you can pay the cover charge and go to a club, you can enjoy anything you want. And then after you're done with the club,
Go prata.
go supper, or go Mustafa, go and walk at like 2-3 a.m.
Then you can take bus home.
After that, you can take a bus home, or you can take back then you can take a cab, and it didn't feel like you were breaking the bank for it. Right?
Yeah.
So it really was like a night out.
Yeah.
Whereas now I can't imagine that being like anywhere like near. I mean, just the outlets themselves are not open till that late already, right?
Yeah.
Most of them shuttered by 12. There's no more travel options other than getting Grab. And then getting Grab or Tada or whatever. And sometimes it's damn hard to get a car also, like past like 1-2 a.m, right?
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, like I spent 2005, 2009 abroad and before army, and I wasn't the biggest clubber. But whenever like cousins come down or there's some birthday, it would inevitably end up at some place like that. And it always felt, wow, there's so much energy.
Yeah.
And whenever I leave at like 3-4 a.m, it feels like, this is just like the halftime for a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
But you said like the clamping down. The thing which made me even more cynical about this, unfortunately, is in 2018 there was actually a trial. To allow certain Clarke Quay venues to extend sales to 4 a.m. every Friday night instead of just twice a month. Which was, can you imagine a regulation? For 2 times a month, we can sell 4 a.m.
Yeah.
The other 2 times, 3 a.m. Do you remember how that ended?
No, I don't remember.
In 4 months, there was apparently a 7% rise in public order offences. And Shamugam said, no more 4 a.m. for you. And it ended.
Yeah.
That's how the trial ended. Before that, I mean, even just now you mentioned, right, back in the early 2000s, literally 2005 was like boom time. 2009, I don't know what happened in 2008, 2009. It wasn't the riots because that happened in 2013.
Yeah.
2009, there was a clampdown to cap alcohol sales at nightlife venues to 3 a.m. on weekdays and 4 a.m. on Saturday eves and public holidays. Before that, you could sell till 6 a.m. no?
Yeah.
And I guess that's why by pushing back the end time, the whole middle part gets a lot more vibrant. Because you're going to only get like a smaller percentage staying till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
But the 4 a.m. crowd, they know it's like just the middle of the party.
Yeah.
Then 2013, there was the riot. Then there was clamping down on public consumption and designated liquor control zones. Then 2018 was the next time it was opened up, but it got clamped down. 2019, there was alcohol food products rule lifted. Apparently, before January 18, 2019, you couldn't even sell food products with alcohol after 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Then COVID was just destroyed everything. And now we are here with this 1 year pilot.
Yeah.
So after looking at all this, I would say my patriotism has dwindled.
Very cynical. What a cynical thing.
Cynical, no?
But you know, I'm honestly also a bit, I guess, pleasantly surprised by this development. Because last week we were at this IPS panel, right, where we saw Lawrence Wong on stage speaking about Singapore and the future and everything. And he literally said that people say that Singapore is boring, and yes, we are. He literally said that on stage, right? And he said, we can try to be more exciting with more lifestyle offerings, but let's be realistic, we will not be the same. But at the same time, we are stable, we are predictable, we are reliable, and we are trusted. And these are intangible assets that others will die to have. So when I heard that on stage last week, I did feel like, oh,
Part of me died.
It's the end already. Like, really, nightlife is really not a priority for Singapore.
Yeah.
So to see this announcement a week later, I'm like, oh, maybe he understands that it is important for Singapore to attract talent, whatever, to have some form of nightlife, right?
Relaxation,
as I'm going to say. But the truth is, because the things that he said that are intangible assets that we have, stable, predictable, reliable, trusted, actually that's part of what makes going out in Singapore at night, late at night also, much easier, right? When any other country you go out late at night, especially for women, right? You know, where you dress up and you go out late at night, and that it's not safe. It's not safe like it is in Singapore. And shouldn't that be something we bank on? Like to say that, hey, you want to party and you can go all night and have your relaxation until 4 a.m., you know? So I feel like there's something that we're missing out on if we don't capitalize on this. There's a window for Singapore to be fun and fun for people, you know, late into the night.
Oh, so you're saying it should be like a whole campaign. Pass out in New York, you wake up cashless. Pass out in Singapore, nothing will be missing.
Yeah. You wake up, just nice MRT, just open everything.
Grab too expensive, just sleep on a bench till 6 a.m. Nothing will happen to you.
I mean, don't do that, yeah. But yeah, the point is, it is really safe, you know.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, shouldn't that be part of the attraction of, you know, Singapore nightlife as well?
Dude, you imagine on Tinder, okay? Someone put, you know, I will never be like this other person, but I provide you stability, comfort, and you know, predictability. Lawrence Wong said that also. We are stable, predictable. You put it on Tinder. Who the hell is going to swipe right on you?
Someone who wants to marry you, looking for marriage, looking for a long-term relationship. Do you really want someone who's just looking for a one-night stand only? Also, you want the kind of, you know, people fair weather, like foreigners or what, who just only come.
So that's why part of me died inside when he said that because I mean I was never like the cool partier kind of thing, but there were people who were, and I mean it just widens the spectrum if everybody, you know, wants to settle down with a stable, trustworthy person and all, but if you're talking about nightlife, it's like shamugam and relaxation They just don't go together you know. Even though, can you imagine if shamugam says you know what to contribute, right? I want to fucking have a lawn festival at my house. 26 and 28 Rideout Road. And then some more, it has Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Foreign Affairs, right? You know, Zoo got all the different stages, all the local acts, 26 Rideout. All the foreign acts, 28 Rideout. He can literally hold a musical festival single-handedly.
That's true. He has the space.
He has the space.
I was thinking more along like he would start some kind of like... what do you call it? Powerlifting club that starts at 4:30 a.m. So you finish partying at 4 a.m. Come and join us for powerlifting at 4:30. Then you'll be done by like 5:30, 6:30. Then go to work, you know. Go straight to work.
You do 120 reps, you get free protein shake.
Good way to start the day.
Wow, it's solid. But I mean, so I would say at the end of reading this, I'm hard to be optimistic. Like, okay, the silver lining, especially the proposals for new businesses is good. This 1 hour thing, I mean, the president of the Singapore Nightlife Business Association and Singapore River One, which is the private-public partnership entity that is meant to revitalise the district, they're both quite optimistic, and I think it's still a step in the right direction. My only fear is that if the step is not significant enough, would brands even want to propose new businesses? And if that becomes the benchmark on which this trial is evaluated, that's bad because we give you trial, you don't drink. What can we do?
Yeah, but there's also a lot of stuff written and discussions about the fact that young people, Gen Zs or young millennials, whatever, they just don't see going out late at night as something fun to do anymore. You think this extra hour that they can spend outside will move the needle for them?
I don't think so. And I mean, okay, like to be fair to Singapore, it's not just a Singapore thing, right? I think globally, younger people are drinking less.
Yeah.
But I don't think this will move unless there's these new vouchers for drinking.
Nightlife vouchers.
Nightlife vouchers. Then what I think
Nightlife
can
CDC
you
vouchers.
can only use it at nightclubs.
Oh, I can't imagine pulling out a QR code at Zook or something. Wow.
Or try to add the math. $2,
I want
$4.
to use $10 vouchers.
$10.
Then the rest I pay. Yeah, it'll be hard.
And your like comfort vouchers only between 2 and 4 a.m. I think that kind honestly, you think this will change anything?
I think ultimately the cost of going out is just too prohibitive right now, right? Where people they don't even get to the stage of planning. They just assume that everything's just going to be so expensive already.
Yeah.
They don't want to bother with that, so they just either stay at home, have house parties, or just don't go out, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I think there's a lot more house parties and kind of DIY stuff at home, right? Which I mean, we talked about the National Day one, right? For example, right? So it's that one. I'm afraid it'll be one of those things where once the mindset kind of sets in forever that Singapore is too costly to go out all this, then it's a vicious cycle and it just keeps spiraling until the industry is dead.
Yeah, because if there's no demand for late night transport, the bus operators are not going to propose something.
Yeah.
Right? And of course, something that's totally out of our control, social media. Can you imagine, like last time, right? A few times I used to go out, we would go to 7-Eleven first, get the cheap alcohol, do shots outside, then go to a bar.
Yeah.
Now if you do that, people just take videos and shit like that.
Yeah.
A bit harder lah. Then the public consumption after 10:30 p.m. also cannot. So you cannot do that. It's illegal.
Yeah.
So, hard, yeah.
But I mean, you also cannot ask for everything to change at once,
One
right?
go,
Let's hope that maybe this being a first step, and then the fact that it's it's not just like the government say they can do this, like all the business federations and all are coming in and trying to do it. Hopefully they can get like what you say, like even like cheaper transport options for people, whether it's Grab gives a discount or public transport, like at least some buses open up the lanes that last until 2 or 3 a.m. Right? I think that would help a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, if we try and be positive, this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
At least the trial. So now it's on everyone. Thursday, Friday, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Fucking wet.
Yeah. So actually, this is like, it's just nice, right? National Day, F1 coming up. This is really a step in like making Singapore less boring, more exciting. We should celebrate it. We should. I mean, anyone who is listening, maybe should make an event out of it. Actually go out that day.
And just stay till 4 a.m.
Stay till 4 a.m. and then see how different life feels.
Yeah, patronize the bars and all till 4 a.m. Be there to show that this trial works. Circular road closes, go and walk. Just walk.
Wake up your dog, go and walk.
Just walk. Just walk.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think even if you don't patronize bars, you're not a clubber, it just helps to have a vibrant nightlife. It just gives our country more personality.
Yeah. What do you miss about activities? I mean, activities that you can do outside after midnight and all. Like what you say you didn't enjoy clubbing that much, but what do you enjoy about being out after 12? Like,
I mean, it's just meeting friends and the randomness of stuff happening. I got so many memories of like, even when you're going from place to place, right?
Yeah.
You bump into people, you're like, hey, you're going here, then we go together, then walk. Then you come out at Clarke, you're like, bump into a friend, then you're like, hey, what's up? So that randomness was nice.
Yeah.
Like the most fun parts for me were never in the club. It was out and about. And it felt like everyone was going through the same thing. You want to wait for taxi. Even the taxi, waiting for the taxi queue is like like a place where there's energy.
Correct.
So I just like randomness of it. And when my like cousins come down, it's just fun. Like we wake up feeling like, oh my God, what the happened? But a lot of memories.
Yeah. I think even like inside the club also bumping into friends, your friends from work or school last time, There's also a lot of stories. I remember a lot of last time secondary school friends that you suddenly bump into them in the clubs and they look totally different. They look like models or whatever already, right? And it's quite a shock. And there was a time even when the Challenger, I know the flagship Challenger store at Funan was open 24 hours. So sometimes I would like late at night or after work or supper, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I just want to go and walk around Challenger for a while. I'll literally go to Funan and just had to be at the Challenger, just trying out some PlayStation game at like 2, 3 a.m., you know?
Yeah.
And just the wee hours. And then there was just random things that you can do at that were quite awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, bridging national divides also, because there was one F1 where I was out with my cousin from Malaysia. You were with friends. We met up at a friend's house.
Yeah.
We went to Zouk.
Yeah.
I had a minor meltdown
Then
at
you
Zouk.
abandoned us.
I abandoned my
You
cousin.
left your cousin, your foreigner cousin, in the middle of Singapore with no means of contacting you or transport.
And then you got to know my cousin from Malaysia. He's bringing countries together.
Exactly. It's that randomness.
It's that randomness. Yeah. So it was, it's that randomness. Now everything...
Too predictable.
Yeah, too predictable. And social media really doesn't help also.
It doesn't.
Social media doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I mean, step in the right direction. Let's all try and be positive.
Yes.
Hopefully this works out, and then there can be future initiatives and trials. But yeah lah.
But speaking of, wanting foreigners to come to Singapore and all, there was recently a foreigner who was on the Singapore Airlines flight that has made the news, right? International news, not just in Singapore.
Actually, he's a Singapore permanent resident.
Oh, he's a Singapore PR. Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Singapore
Okay.
He didn't give his real name, but he's go by his name as J.
Oh, even more exciting.
Yeah.
But he caused quite a ruckus on a recent SQ flight. What did he do?
Basically, he was flying from New York to
Singapore to New York.
Yeah, Singapore to New York.
Yeah.
Flying on business class. He was served an unfamiliar dish called grilled Mediterranean salad with prosciutto, which is something he apparently ordered beforehand. And when he saw it, he was kind of unsure. He asked the cabin crew about its contents and whether it was bacon. Apparently, the SIA cabin crew told him that it was not and was safe to eat. So he started eating. Then he felt like the taste and texture was unfamiliar. He Googled up the meaning of prosciutto, and he found out that it was pork. So, I mean, allegedly, when he confronted the crew, they said they may have misheard him. They informed him that the crew who had served him was junior staff who did not know prosciutto was pork. So then there was a complaint he filed. He was offered a $150 Chris Shop voucher, which he declined. They upped the compensation to 15,000 Chris Fly miles and then 30,000 miles. He declined both and called the offers, which were labeled goodwill gestures, saddening and insulting. So, I mean, some other thoughts after that and what he has done. But what do you make of this?
I mean, I don't have any specific dietary restrictions myself.
Yeah.
I know you do. So how do you feel about someone with dietary restrictions and the response that he had to all this?
I mean, okay, so the further response he had was that, I mean, he was quoted as saying, no person of faith, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, or otherwise would ever willingly break a sacred dietary law in exchange for 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
He pointed out he had paid around 10K for the flight. A more appropriate solution would be commitment to improve the menu and understand the gravity of this.
Yeah.
And that SIA had still not explained how their crew didn't know something as basic as the fact that prosciutto is pork. And he has filed a complaint with the US Department of Transportation. So, I mean, when you ask... So, my dietary restriction is like, I don't eat beef.
Yeah.
Born Hindu. Sometimes I also think like, why do I not eat beef? Because sometimes beef looks damn good. But I don't eat beef. And then on Tuesdays, I'm vegetarian. Which I know is just triggers you to no end.
No. I mean, everyone who eats with you respects your sacred dietary laws. And we also follow you to where you say you need to eat.
I never try and impose, okay? When we're going for lunch on Tuesday, I will just make do, but you will make it up. Hey, Harish, this place cannot, is it? Then we have to go somewhere. Oh, thanks, Harish. So I swear I never impose it. But there have been times in the past where I have accidentally eaten like beef.
Yeah.
Of course, one was from a friend who tricked me. But the other time, and more recently, just a few years ago, it was actually during a shoot. It was an oxtail dish.
Okay.
And I didn't know ox is male cow.
I see.
And while shooting, I think the other person said, I thought you don't eat beef. I was like, yeah, but this is ox, right? I thought it was like buffalo or something. So at that point in time, I think that was my own ignorance. In this case, right, like, okay, take it that he has a dietary restriction. It does feel odd that the crew did not know what meat prosciutto is.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I think of all dietary laws, I think it's one of the more universal ones that Muslims don't eat pork, or pork can be quite polarizing. So I would imagine that it's important, especially on a flight, to know things like what meat is it, whether it's nuts, and all this stuff. So the crew didn't know it. Feels a bit odd. And the compensation also is a bit like...
So you feel that the compensation is not enough, lah? Like for
it just
him,
makes it feel very transactional.
Well, he spoke about he painted it like this, lah. He broke a sacred dietary law that he's been observing for 30 years.
Yeah.
That's how serious it was for him. So 30,000 KrisFlyer miles, which I Google, and generally is around like 900 to 1K USD, lah. That's the equivalent. You feel that that's not enough?
I mean, sometimes this kind of things is not less about monetary, but more about just managing the situation. I mean, he paid 10K for a flight. I don't think 1K is going to change his mind that much, right? So you just feel like, I would have thought, first of all, like, okay, the crew not knowing is a bit odd. And the thing is, there's no public statement from SIA. There hasn't actually been articles in the main media about this. It was only on Mothership, Yahoo, the Malay Mail. So, and the correspondence that I think is quoted is like a personal email correspondence that was shared with them. There's nothing public. So, I mean, I don't know how SIA is dealing with it, but if the first part about just the monetary thing felt a bit odd.
But, I mean, but I did go and check the website, right? SQ Book the Cook. Because I didn't understand what the hell that was.
Yeah.
It's just basically they allow you to order special meals, I think, from some special cooks who design the meals for them and all that. And I just checked the website. It's very immediate. It's very clear instructions that if you need, you can order special meals. And even within the special meals site, there's like a religious section and you can ask for a specific like Muslim meal. So, I mean, to me, it was a bit like if the dietary law was so sacred to him and all, right? And he knew of this option to book, because he did book it there were 3 meals on the flights, and he did book Muslim meals for 2 of them. And the one that he decided not to book a Muslim meal was the one that had the prosciutto in it, right? If it's so sacred for him, like, then why didn't he just book Muslim meals for all three meals? Halal meals for all 3 meals? Because when you say like it's so sacred, right, that it needs to be halal, my understanding is that halal is not just about pork. It's also about how the meat is prepared, right? How the animal is slaughtered. So immediately, even if it's not pork, if it's chicken or something else, it's not halal, right? It's not prepared in accordance with what's supposed to be halal. So isn't it that in some way he's already taking a very big risk with his sacred dietary law, right? By doing that, and then subsequently making now he's making quite a big deal out of it, such as making the news and everything. It just feels a bit suspect to me, lah.
But then, okay, so the thing is, so I'm not as like it's not. I don't treat it with the same sacredness. The thing, I try to avoid it. If there's an honest mistake, if I make a mistake, I mean, it's not too big a deal for me, lah. But even then, right? Even when choosing flight, so under religious meals, there's a Hindu non-vegetarian meal. This meal is non-vegetarian, means there's meat, because sometimes you just don't want a vegetarian meal. It contains lamb, poultry, fish, and dairy products, non-vegetarian, suitable for those who do not consume beef. Typically cooked spicy or curried. Its preparation and cooking style may vary. I don't want to have that on a plate.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would like to be able to choose from the regular menu.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it's a vegetarian salad, if it's a cheese plate or something, I would like to be able to choose that, lah. So I think, especially for Hindu food, like I don't know why they have to make it spicy or curried, but that's not my choice go-to, even for regular meals in Singapore. So I mean, for the Muslim meal, yeah, I get the rationale why. Okay, if he's treated with that much sacredness, why didn't he choose the Muslim? Am I saying he's totally not responsible? No. I think when I'm unsure, I just Google.
Yeah.
And for the oxtail thing, I also felt like, shit, I didn't even Google what oxtail is. So it's partly my responsibility also. So in this sense, I wouldn't say it's completely the airline's fault or completely the crew's fault. I also think that, like what you say, if it's sacred enough, prosciutto, if you don't know, I mean, you go to any restaurant, you see they don't mention, you will likely Google it, right?
And there's Wi-Fi on SQ.
I mean, he could look up the meaning.
Yeah.
Right. Sure, so I would also say that he's not totally blameless, lah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not Muslim, but my understanding is that these situations do happen for Muslims, right? And even the very devout Muslims and all. And I think generally it's not from what I understand just from Googling and all is that it's not like a cardinal sin and you have to repent for 30 days or anything like that, right? If it's an innocent mistake, it's an innocent mistake. And in some ways, I feel like his way of complaining and all, it just kind of absolves himself of any kind of responsibility for this, right? And is trying to, I don't know what the end game is to try and get the flight to be like fully refunded or something. But the fact that SQ has basically come out and said that they will not they will not give any more compensation beyond the 30K, I guess that's pretty much it, lah.
Yeah.
And hopefully like they don't buckle to repeated complaints, lah.
Yeah, I mean, this is where also I feel like the solution is probably not going to be monetary.
Yeah.
Like, I think this sort of thing, and that's why I would imagine SIA would be good at dealing with these kind of things, because it almost requires a softer touch rather than just pure transactional compensation. So, I mean, yeah, I also don't think they should up it, because then it becomes like, oh, what makes this individual or anyone else happy? But I feel it can be managed differently.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know the details of why they were there, but if they were telling him that maybe they misheard him or something like that, that is, I think the service recovery could be better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Acknowledging that, oh, it was really a mistake and yeah, we're so sorry. And maybe I don't know, $150 Chris Shop voucher doesn't sound that enticing. But, 30,000 KrisFlyer miles, maybe that should just come up front, right?
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah.
But actually, I mean, someone did, I did see online that someone did raise a point as well, right? That if you see a Malay person, say, for example, ordering a non-halal meal elsewhere, do you also just immediately run to the person and say, hey, this one got pork, you cannot eat? Like, is that rude to do that for somebody? Like if I see you like ordering a meal outside and like, hey, this one got beef, you cannot eat. Do you feel like that's me being nice to you by doing that in public and like sort of like,
I mean, sometimes people do ask when I order a pork dish, they're like, oh, but this one has pork, is that okay? I actually think is okay, but if they say, this one you like curry, right? You like curry, you buy this, I'm like, fuck you, lah.
Curry, this menu for you. You like that? Do you like that?
That one I don't like.
You don't like? So, so some people are saying that if maybe also the protocol of that or the staff is like, if the guy has ordered a certain menu,
just to be clarified.
Yeah, I mean, not say just clarify, but you also cannot just immediately assume that, oh, you look Malay, so you must be Muslim, right? And then, or you're Indian, so you definitely don't eat beef.
And there are people who might look a certain religion, but either they don't practice Islam anymore, or something like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you want to out someone also, it's not good, lah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't want to out somebody and like publicly like, hey, this one got alcohol inside.
But your name is, but you pork can.
Exactly. So it's like,
what comment was that?
The comment is just saying that sometimes, is the customer also doesn't want to, be questioned about their choices, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they have had a chance to pre-book their meals.
What? Because someone said the crew should have asked, is it?
Yeah. They say it might be very patronizing for the person if the crew comes up to you and like, this one pork, you cannot eat.
But did someone suggest that or something?
Some people are saying that might be the reason why they don't proactively. They kind of assume that you kind of have your own dietary restrictions and you check on the website and you order the meals beforehand, right? Which you're supposed to do. So, I mean...
but this one, the fact that he asked and got a wrong answer, if that is true, then it's...
but technically, people also pointed out that because he said that he asked whether it's bacon, people pointed out that... They said, it's not bacon, but it's pork, lah. Well, it's not bacon, which is a very specific thing, lah. It's air-cured pork, lah. So technically also they're not wrong by saying no. It's
not wrong, lah.
If the man said, is this halal? Right, then okay.
Is this pork?
Is this pork? Yeah. Then I understand.
Is this pork?
But if he asked if it's bacon, that's like very specific, right?
So, but I mean, there are these discrepancies because right now, I think for pepperoni, right, it tends to always have some pork or beef in it. But I've gotten various answers. Some is all pork, some is it's beef. But generally, pepperoni tends to be a mixture between beef and pork lah.
Yeah.
So it's not that clear sometimes. And I always get confused between veal and venison and all these kind of things. One is like the baby or like something like that. So then I'm like, one is deer meat. So but for the stuff, I think it's important to know like generally what meat is everything on your menu lah.
Yeah, or maybe just on the menu, just very clearly showing that this contains pork or this contains beef or whatever. Right?
Yeah, which is what people do at restaurants.
Yeah. So I was just surprised because someone showed a screenshot on the SQ website that there are no indications that this is pork. Which in that sense, SQ can do better. But I also saying that maybe the man also needs to bear some responsibility himself. Whereas now he makes it sound like, wow, I've got this secret dietary law I've been observing for 30 years and you made me break that law. Please.
Yeah. I mean, if it is a wrong answer, then I think both parties responsible.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So if you were SQ, like what would you have offered him from the start to make him duplicate him?
I mean, so if it's just an email correspondence or something, if it's a business class passenger where I think you would expect like better treatment.
Yeah.
I mean, even arrange face-to-face, like that kind of thing. Which, I mean, I used to work at SIA, right? Certain tiers of customers, they really go all out. Maybe now because business class is also like, business, like there's more business class than ever. But I do feel like, if guys paying 10K for a flight, even if, not to say appease him or something, but this kind of thing, sometimes a face-to-face thing could help solve the problem and nip it in the bud.
Yeah. I kind of thought like, maybe you tell me you reimburse me 10% of the cost of my flight or something like that, right? 30,000 miles is about 1K, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then not so bad. But $150 voucher just felt a bit like a bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like...
Could have done just service recovery. I think, I mean, the miles, all that doesn't even cost that much to them. So I just felt like, why didn't they just go?
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't they just try and nip it in the bud earlier, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just weird. That's the first proposal.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
But oh well, okay. So, what is your One Shiok Comment this National Day weekend, man?
My One Shiok Comment. I mean, this is a very simple comment. It is from Copium from the last episode with Sandra Riley Tang on Reddit. This episode started out a bit slow for me, but took an unexpected turn, ended up being one of my favorite episodes this year. Would love to see the PowerPoint slides as well.
Yeah.
And that is in reference to the second half of the episode where we talked about Sandra's viral video calling out the HDB for, not thinking more about design and all that, which was a ridiculous story that ended up with her potentially designing the exterior of HDB flats in her estate. So even same for me, like interviewing, I'm like, okay, the first part I know Sandra Riley Tang, singer and stuff like that. But the second half, I was not prepared for that, and it was epic. And I think if people also were like thinking, they've heard from Sandra Riley, they've heard her talk about Coldplay, just give this episode a chance, because like that was one of the favorite stories any guest has ever mentioned in our podcast.
They got us, our jaws dropped
we were like,
at the moment.
What?
Yeah.
We just wanted to ask about the video, but it ended up like a good 20-30 minutes on that. And it was very, very epic.
Yeah.
Same
for me, on YouTube, like someone Vulcanfold said about the Sandra Riley Tang podcast that the block color story is a fascinating illustration of the democratic process. It shows that if the citizens are willing to engage in a productive way with the government, change is possible. I'm surprised the town council is so sensitive to residents' feedback. But it also shows that if an expert or enlightened advocate gets an outsized vote, or in this case a veto on the matter, better outcomes might result. But it overrode a democratic choice. So what happens when another enlightened advocate disagrees with Riley's choice? Who breaks the tie? Interesting thought exercise.
That's true.
So it's a bit like, I mean, there was a democratic process, right? It's just that she wasn't very happy about it, and she spoke up about it and all, and it seems like that has made them look further into more discussions about it.
Yeah, but I mean, according to her, she also didn't get the polling slip. I don't know whether she just moved in. So the democratic process also not perfect.
Flawed, So it's a very, very interesting exercise.
But cool. And what about your One Shiok Thing?
Yes, my One Shiok Thing is a video, a follow-up video kind of to, I think my previous... I think previously we've spoken a lot about Casey Neistat, right? So one of his more recent videos called planned obsolescence and the death of great products. He makes a video, this was about a month ago, but he makes a video talking about how tech today is basically built to break. Eventually, all your tech, like within a year or two, it all break down, whether the battery dies or whatever, and you can't do anything about it. That's built into the tech that we buy today. Whereas there was a period of time, or maybe back in the 80s, tech was built to last, right? Generally, things were built to be abused and used, but also last. So you could change out a battery, you could do a lot of different things. So he talks about, you know, the Oculus, the founder of Oculus, who eventually sold to Meta, and I think there was some scandal, and he had to step down and everything. He started this company called Mod Retro that basically has built a Game Boy that is built to last. Basically, it plays all the old retro games, but it's really, you know, made of metal, and it's got replaceable parts, and the battery can be replaced. So it's meant to harken back to a time when tech was actually built to last, and you know, it's just something that you can grow old with and really use for the rest of your life. So Casey Neistat, when he loved the idea so much, he flew out to the office in California, and they just talked through, you know, why he's doing this business after founding something like Oculus, right, which is like you see as the future. But now he's like looking back at retro technology and retro gadgets and trying to think of how to make them last forever.
Oh shit, that's cool, man.
So it's very cool, yeah.
That's cool.
But it's not sponsored or anything like that.
But it's like a Game Boy, or it's new proprietary?
No, it's a Game Boy. So it plays Game Boy games. Yeah, and he's just talking about how, last time, you know, we used to play all these Game Boy games forever, right?
Yeah,
play Tetris and play for years, or you know.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a pretty cool video.
Cool. Mine is a trailer for a new movie. It's called Him. And it's by Monkey Paw Productions. You know Monkey Paw Productions?
No.
Jordan Peele.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it basically is, I think, the first sports horror movie. And it's like this footballer who is attacked by a fan, suffering serious injury. So he gets called by a former football star played by Marlon Wayans, one of the white chicks, you know, who was like this legend player, to come and train at his private facility. But you go in, the private facility is nuts in the sense he's damn abusive. And like, wow, the trailer looks damn insane. And it looks damn fun. And I mean, in some way, we've never had a sports horror. We've had a lot of sports movies, but this is like, there's blood, there's gore. There's this one scene where at a training facility, when one of the trainees don't catch American football, he gets put in front of, you know, those two tires that shoot out a ball at high speed. Stand in front and get hit in the face until he's like bleeding. Because that's what the star says, you need to train like to achieve greatness.
Wow.
So, you watch it, you're like, oh my God, this looks damn interesting.
Sports horror.
Sports horror. Sports horror. So
you know, sports horror, just watch Menu. Just be a Menu fan. That's sports horror.
That one got no happy ending. That one got no happy ending. I mean, Jordan Peele is not directing. It's by someone else, but it's his production studio, which has built a brand for exploring social themes through horror. So it's them. You look at a trailer, and now I don't know whether it's a thing, but I find trailers nowadays a lot more like the old style trailers compared to like a few years ago, where sometimes they tell you the whole story in the trailer. Nowadays you're getting more trailers where by the end of it you're like, what the hell did I just watch? It looks awesome, but I have no idea what's going on. Which is cool, and this trailer is kind of like that.
I see.
So yeah, that's my One Shiok Thing, man.
Nice.
Cool.
All
right. So that's our lead up to NDP. The next time you hear from us will be in the 61st year of Singapore's independence.
Yes.
Our 700th episode. Remember, the link is in the show notes to be notified of when we go live at 6 p.m. on Monday, 11th August. Cool. And what else should they do?
What else should they do?
I mean, like all the followers.
Oh, yeah. Please like, share, follow, subscribe if you liked what you listened to, and if you want to work with us.
You can email us at contact@ministryoffunny.com or drop us a message at ministryoffunny.com. Cool. Thanks so much, everyone, and we'll talk to y'all soon.